good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment for a coaching session link down below. With that being said, we have a long video, bro. Timestamps down below. You know what I'm saying? I have an outline up here that's 9 pages. So you know if you see me looking up here, that's the reason why. Let's understand our dark side, how to work with it, all that good stuff, bro. So what even is your dark side? And where does it even come from? You see, your dark side, right, is the side of yourself that you don't want to look at and or is causing problems inside of your life. And this dark side is composed of 2 parts. That being the part of you that is trying to survive and the fact that you are traumatized. So like as humans, we're built to survive. So if somebody attacks you, you defend yourself, right? However, as humans, we often tend to feel attacked. So we get overly defensive when nobody was actually attacking us. Then we're like, dang, why would I act like that? And on top of that, you know, we have trauma. So like the whole survival thing plus trauma, it doesn't mix well, bro. It doesn't. So look, let's understand some things that could have traumatized you as a kid. 1, having a parent who denies your reality. Think about a time you had a thought, emotion, idea, or experience that you wanted to tell your parent, but they just invalidated it. They were like, hey, that's not true. That's not real. They were like, that's not how things happen. They're like, hey, I don't think you're understanding that right. Just think about the time they invalidated your thought, emotion, experience, whatever. How did that make you feel and how did you react to that? Another one, having a parent who does not see or hear you. So with that being said, think about a time you wanted to be acknowledged, but your parents may have seemed busy, distracted, distant, or they just said, hey, go away. I don't got time. Go away. I don't got time for you. You know what I'm saying? How did that make you feel and how did you react? You know what I'm saying? Next one, having a parent who lives through you or molds you and shapes you. So like, did your parents want you to be a certain kind of person? Did they have certain expectations for you? Did they push certain beliefs, ideas, ideologies, or activities onto you? If so, how did that make you feel and how did you react to it? Another one, having a parent who does not show boundaries. So, did your parent set clear limits on their time, energy, and resources within inside their relationships? And if so, did they do that in a healthy manner? Also, do you feel free to say no? Also, did your parents respect your privacy or did they invade it by possibly reading your journal or diary, walking inside your room unannounced, listening to conversations, being a bit, snoopy, always trying to find out stuff about your life? You know what I'm saying? If so, how did that make you feel and how did you react to that? Another one, having a parent that's overly focused on appearance. So, were your parents overly focused upon how they looked? Or did your parents always focus on your looks, saying that, hey, maybe you shouldn't wear that, or you should wear this, or you should wear your hair like this, or dang, are you gaining weight, or you should put on some weight, or dang, you're looking a bit skinny, you should eat some food. You know what I'm saying? Like, did they comment on your physical appearance? And if so, how'd that make you feel, and how did you react? The last one, there's more things that can make you feel trauma, but these are common ones. You probably already felt like 2 or 3 of these. You know what I'm saying? So, having a parent who cannot regulate their emotions. When your parents had strong emotions like anger and sadness, how did they act? Did they slam the door? Did they yell? Did they vent? Did they give the silent treatment? How did they actually act in these highly emotional states? You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, did your parents also have coping strategies like, doing substances, shopping, watching TV? A healthy one could be meditating, you know what I'm saying? Etc. When they had strong emotions, how did they communicate it? Did they do name calling? Were they always blaming somebody, shaming somebody, giving the silent treatment? Like, you know what I'm saying? How did they communicate their strong emotions? And then, how did all that make you feel and how did you react to that? Because these are different things that could traumatize you. And looking back on, how they made you feel and how you react could make you start seeing like, dang, I tend to feel these emotions nowadays and I react in the same ways nowadays. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're going to talk about, the dark side of becoming aware of it now. So look, Do you have a hidden side of yourself that's possibly causing you problems? Let's find out. Do you often find yourself unable to keep promises to yourself, attempting to make new choices or create new habits, but always falling back on your old ones? Do you make promises and don't keep them? Do you? Do you often find yourself reacting emotionally to events, feeling out of control, and even ashamed about your behaviors after the fact? You get overly triggered. Do you often find yourself distracted and or disconnected from yourself and others and or from the present moment itself? Maybe you're lost in thought about the past or the future, or you're just feeling somewhere else entirely. So do you often feel disassociated and not able to connect with life and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Do you often feel overwhelmed and torn down by internal critical thoughts, making it difficult to tune into your physical, emotional, and spiritual needs? Do you often feel just, stressed out and overwhelmed and just like you're overly just criticizing yourself? You know what I'm saying? Do you often find yourself struggling to express your wants, needs, beliefs, and or feelings in your relationships? Do you often find yourself feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope with stress and or any of your feelings? Do you often find yourself repeating past experiences and patterns inside your day-to-day life? If you answered yes to one or multiple of these questions, bro, you may have a shadow dark side that's popping up and causing you some problems. You know what I'm saying? So if you do, it's okay, because understand that you are your own best healer, bro. Literally, you know what you need and you know your own issues. You just got to become a bit more aware, because a lot of times like we know what's going on inside of ourselves, but we don't want to look at it because it's a bit more pain. It's a bit painful. Once we look at it, right, we're like, dang, I have that pain, that problem, but I know exactly what I need, and I'm going to give myself that, because you are your own best healer. You know what I'm saying? So what are the main practices, right, that you're going to be doing to actually, regulate yourself and deal with your dark side and stuff like that? Is going to be practicing awareness and becoming mindful. How do you do this? How do you ground yourself and become aware? Bro, slow down. Take a deep breath in. Open your eyes, just become aware. Look around. What do you see? Focus on something. What do you feel? If you're outside, can you feel the wind? If you're washing dishes, can you feel the soap in between your hands? You know what I'm saying? If you're doing work, like if you're writing something down, can you feel how the pencil's touching the paper? Or just become more aware and mindful by just taking a deep breath and bringing your awareness to this present moment. That's a very important practice. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to understand how trauma actually affects the body, because when you go through stress, right, which is what trauma is just a very distressing experience, right? When you go through stress, your body responds in many ways. The main ways being to release certain chemicals and generate certain states like fight, flight, or freeze. So if you fight, you like act aggressive and stuff like that. If you flight, you run away, you abandon things, you just hide. And if you freeze, you don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, why is that important? Because once you generate this response one time in a certain situation, your body remembers that. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to constantly put you inside that state when a similar situation happens. You know what I'm saying? And you can fire this off so many times that you actually get addicted to it, and you constantly place yourself in situations that make the response happen even more. You know what I'm saying? And because you're also addicted to stress, you're always looking outside for stress. So you're always stressed, looking for stress, and then you enter the stress and stress yourself out even more. It's a crazy freaking situation. You know what I'm saying, bro? So with that being said, to deal with that, right, you got to actually be able to assess your nervous system dysregulation. Pretty much, right? Where your nervous system has certain emotions or symptoms that keep on activating or just activate for an extended period of time, that's called nervous system dysregulation. Pretty much your nervous system cannot regulate itself. It keeps on feeling stress, anxiety, worry, all these things. You know what I'm saying? So the first step, right, to actually assess and deal with this, right, is to just witness yourself, right? First, look at the psychological and emotional symptoms, right? Activation symptoms, right? More active ones, right? Are shame, guilt, mood swings, fear, panic, aggression, anxiety, rage, terror, confusion, self blame, and overwhelm. All of these emotions show signs of your nervous system being activated in like a stressful, not helpful manner, right? Now, here are some examples of when when it just shuts down on you. You know what I'm saying? Inability to connect with people or experiences, feeling spacey, feeling numb, inability to think clear, fear of speaking up or being seen. These are signs that your nervous system has to shut down and stuff like that because of all the stress and anxiety and all that type. You see what I'm saying? So here are some physical symptoms, right? Here are some more anxiety based, because you have anxiety ones and stress ones. Anxiety being more like anxiety, and stress being like, oh, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. You know what I'm saying? So anxiety ones are insomnia, nightmares, jumpiness, easily startled, fear of loud sounds, trembling, shaking, racing heart, migraines, digestion issues, and autoimmune disorders. Some stress responses would be teeth grinding, migraines, muscle tension or aches, exhaustion, and chronic fatigue. And some social symptoms of your nervous system being activated socially, right, in an unhelpful manner would be like attachment symptoms. Those being push and pull relationships, or like avoidant relationship patterns, having constant fear of abandonment, those kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? And some emotional symptoms that are like that happen socially would be like having no boundaries or having too rigid boundaries. You know what I'm saying? That have no flexibility, or having like social anxiety or social irritability or having social withdrawal. All of these are signs that your system is activated in a non-helpful way. You know what I'm saying? So when all that type of stuff happens, right, the second step is to restore balance. And you should make this a daily practice. One way is by becoming present. We just talked about this. I could feel my hands. I see everything around me. I'm in tune. I'm just present in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Another one is like a visualization meditation. You know what I'm saying? A good one is to just close your eyes, feel inside your heart, right? Like a white light's inside there. You know what I'm saying? Feel a white light inside there and just say that you are safe. You can put your hands over them and stuff like that. Just be like, ah. You can visualize a rainbow on top of you, you know, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, if you want a book about doing the work and stuff like that, get the book called How to Do the Work. A lot of this stuff comes from that book. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good book if you want more than just this video. You know what I'm saying? But another one, right? Become aware of the information that you consume and how it makes you feel. Like when you're on social media, when you watch certain TV, all that type of stuff. How does the information make you feel? You know what I'm saying? Last one. Find nature and witness it. All of these things help you to restore balance to your nervous system and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, let's talk about some practices for healing the mind and the body, right? So, one is actually healing your gut, because your gut controls your mood. If you eat negative foods, right, you're gonna have negative bacteria, and those produce negative thoughts, emotions, all that bad stuff, right? Real simple, bro. Just start to eat healthier, bro. Eat your fruits, eat your veggies, and don't overeat. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Get some more healing sleep. You know what I'm saying? You can also heal with your breath. I'm gonna give you guys a easy breath work technique, right? So it involves breathing deep until you can't anymore. Then you hold the breath for 2 to 3 seconds, right? Then you could breathe out normal, right? Then you breathe normal one more time and then repeat. Here's what it looks like. First step, breathe in deep till you no longer can. When you breathe in deep, right? Breathe in from your stomach, then your ribs expand, then your shoulders go up. It shouldn't just be lungs expand and chest expands. Like, no, it should be stomach comes out, lungs expand, shoulders go up just a little bit. First step, breathe in deep so you can't anymore. That is a breathing technique that helps you heal your mind and body. Breathe deep till you can't anymore. Hold breath for 2 to 3 seconds. Breathe out normal. Breathe normal one time, then repeat. You can watch that over and over again to get the hang of it. Another one, healing with movement. That could be walking, dancing, doing yoga stretches, and working out. And another healing practice can also be healing with play. That could be like hanging with friends, going outside, all that good stuff. Now, we must understand our core beliefs, their power, and how to change them, because beliefs drive emotion and action. And literally, beliefs affect your biology, bro. Your beliefs make you release certain chemicals, bro. A person with happy beliefs has happy chemicals. Sad beliefs, sad chemicals. It's true. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta actually understand that. And to start looking at our core beliefs, let's do some core belief inventory, bro. So first, ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? You know what I'm saying? Like your appearance, your intelligence, your physical ability. What do you believe about yourself? Next one. What do you believe about your present, about your past, about your future, about others, about the world, about relationships? Ask yourself what you believe about all these things and then look over them. If you have any unhelpful beliefs, like for example, I think my future isn't gonna be good. Change that to I have hope for the future. Look at any negative beliefs and start making new beliefs that make them more positive. Write down core beliefs that you would like to actually have. Once you get those core beliefs that you actually want to have, make those your affirmations and keep on repeating them. Repetition really helps you solidify. I'm telling you, bro, make those affirmations and repeat them every single day, even multiple times a day at times, when you wake up and go to sleep. You see what I'm saying, bro? So that's core belief inventory. All right, here's a part that I think everybody loves but doesn't fully understand, and that's meeting your inner child. You see, your inner child is not always just this creative being, like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like your inner child mainly deals with how you go about getting love inside the external world. You know what I'm saying? Now, before that, let's talk about attachment styles. You know what I'm saying? These come based upon how you react when your parents left you alone. You know what I'm saying? Now, keep in mind that the way that you were left alone also affects this. So you could have been left alone in an accidental manner. You could have been straight up abandoned. You could have been, you know what I'm saying? The way that it happens also affects you, right? But there's 4 kinds of attachment styles. You have secure, which is when you may be upset for a bit, but like it just goes away. You go back to playing and you know what I'm saying? We're good. When the parent comes back, y'all good, it's solid. You know what I'm saying? Then you have anxious resistant. This is when you're upset the whole entire time. Like when your parent or someone else when you feel abandoned, you just feel completely just upset the whole time. And then when they come back, you're not always easy to calm down. And on top of that, bro, you become very clingy while also having you may punish them, make them like a little attitude or something like that. You see what I'm saying? You may have a little stink. You may be a little bit stink to them. You see what I'm saying? Another one, the avoidant type. You see, the avoidant type shows no stress response. You know what I'm saying? But when the parent comes back, they're like, yeah, I'm good off you, bro. I was cool that you left me, but I don't trust you for real, so I'm not messing with you no more. You see what I'm saying? And the last one is called, this one is what a lot of people probably have. Disorganized, disoriented. And that's just no predictable pattern at all. You could act one way or the other way, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's actually look at the inner child archetypes, right? These are the ways that you may go about getting love from the external world. You could be the caretaker, which is when you neglect your own needs, but you take care of others. You know what I'm saying? The overachiever is when you try to achieve a lot in order to feel seen and loved. And you often do this because your external validation helps you cope with your low self-worth. It sucks, but yeah, it happens. The underachiever, right? This person keeps themselves small because they fear criticism and losing love. You know what I'm saying? So they'd rather just be small and get their love that way. You know what I'm saying? The rescuer or protector tries to always protect and save everybody and tends to focus on other people's wants and desires and helping them achieve that. You see what I'm saying? The life of the party tries to always be funny, cheerful, the happy person that everybody just loves to be around. You know what I'm saying? The yes person drops everything to serve others when they're asked. So like somebody's like, yo, can you help me real quick? Well, I do gotta study, but yeah, let's do it. And they just drop it. You know what I'm saying? And the last one is the hero worshiper. This person idolizes other people in order to, get love and find out how to operate inside the world and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying, bro? So those are the different inner child archetypes.
After hearing these archetypes, look at yourself and find out which ones activate inside you the most. And then you can also start to talk to this inner child inside you. So for the caretaker, you would be like, hey, understand that you don't got to take care of everybody in order to feel loved. It's okay to take care of yourself and look after yourself. This is how you truly love yourself. If you're talking to the overachiever, you'd be like, hey, it's okay to take a break sometimes. You don't got to always work so hard in order to get the love that you desire. You can take some rest and then start to love yourself. Pretty much find out which archetypes fit you the most. And then when you talk to them, pretty much let them know that it's okay to not have to act in that manner in order to get love. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro. This is going to be about ego stories and how to make them into empowerment stories. So an ego story, right, is pretty much a story that you tell yourself, which was usually based off feeling attacked and or needing to defend yourself. So like, let's say, right, somebody hurt you, right? And now you say, nobody loves me. You know what I'm saying? That's an ego story that can come from you feeling attacked because this person left you in love. You know, they withdrew their love and that made you feel attacked. You see what I'm saying? All people suck. That could be an ego story, right? That could have happened because you felt attacked by somebody, and it also helps you defend yourself from people because if all people suck, you don't have to deal with them, right? So let's actually understand ego activation, because the ego, right? What the ego is the attachment to your character, but most people define it as your character. Now, your character would not be so bad if you weren't identified with it, because when your character gets attacked, it feels the need to defend itself, and that's where all this ego stuff comes from. You know what I'm saying? So when your ego gets activated, right, there's usually a strong emotional reactivity. There may be like a false sense of confidence. It tends to be very black and white. You know, either it's this way or that way. You tend to compete with others, and of course, it tends to feel attacked and or like you need to defend yourself. You see what I'm saying, bro? So with that being said, let's understand ego projection, because projection is when you judge people as if they were you, whether it's good or bad. So for example, right? Let's say you see somebody being free and it makes you feel like, why are they acting so free? You probably only feel that way because as a kid, you were not allowed to be free. So you, inside your mind, imagine that if you were them, it would not be okay for you to be free. So you judge them as it not being okay. Another one, right? Let's say that you love somebody who's brave. You know what I'm saying? You may just like that you're brave. Now, you may like that you're a brave person, or you may just want to become more brave. So you admire that in other people. You see what I'm saying? Another one, disliking somebody who thinks a certain way. Now, you only dislike them because if you were to think that way, you would be like, I wouldn't like how I think. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You're not them. And if you understood them, you would get why they thought like that. You see, if you look at somebody and you feel anything besides understanding, you're projecting. You're putting yourself inside their shoes and thinking, what would it be like if I was that kind of person? You know what I'm saying? You would either like it or dislike it. You know what I'm saying, bro? So with that being said, right, that's ego projection. Let's actually find out how to understand the ego, though. So the first step to understanding it is to actually introduce it, right? So first sit down, take a deep breath. And if you want, you can say this exact sentence. You can say it if you want. I am safe, and I choose a new way to experience myself as separate from my ego. Step 2, You need to have a friendly encounter with it. And you do this by simply saying, I am, and seeing what follows, because this is going to invoke all your identities and things that you identify with. You know what I'm saying? So you may be like, I am smart, I am attractive, I am ugly, I am stupid, I am damned to eternal damnation. Oh my God, my life sucks. You know, like, to say I am and then see what stories pop up. You know what I'm saying? Now, this third step is optional, and that is to actually name your ego. Now, if you're going to name your ego, I recommend naming it your actual name. Like, if your name's Susan, call your ego Susan, because Susan is the name of your body, and your character is identified with the body. So saying Susan helps snap out your character, because you're not Susan. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you identify with being Susan and stuff like that, and you don't get the whole "you're not the body, you're not the character" kind of thing, you could call it something else. Call it freaking Alexa. You know what I'm saying? Now you have Susan. You could do, if you want, you can name your ego. You know what I'm saying? And the last step is to meet your activated ego. So when you said the I am thing, right, that helped you get a sense of some of like the ego stories and the ego identities that you have and stuff like. You see what I'm saying? So now anytime in life, right, when you get activated, right, emotionally, right, it's easier to tell if it's your ego, because you may see like the I am thing pop up, or like the story inside your head may align with one of the I ams. But two, right? Even if it's not easier to tell, once you actually do notice it, take note of that. You know what I'm saying? Like take note of when your ego gets activated. Find out why it was activated. Like what comment did you hear that made you get activated? What did you see that made you get activated? What did somebody do that activated? You see what I'm saying? Write these things down. You know what I'm saying? And then once that happens, start changing the story. So let's say you start saying that nobody loves me. Start saying that there are people who do love me. You know what I'm saying? Let's say that all people suck. There's good people in the world, or not everybody is so bad. Find your ego stories and just switch them in a more positive manner. You see what I'm saying, bro? We're going to meet our shadow now. It's time to meet the shadow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here's how we're going to do that. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, bro. When you feel negative towards a person, why is that? Do they reflect anything inside you that you dislike? Or do they have something that you lack that you actually want? If you were to act like that person, how would you feel about yourself? That could help you get an ego story about other people. You see what I'm saying? Also, how often do you give advice, and why do you do it? Do they really need that advice? Because, like, sometimes, bro, you're just a helpful person. You can help people. I'm a life coach. You may be a life coach too. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, bro, you may only want to help because you got to help yourself, and you want to feel like you're needed or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Another one. How do you speak about yourself to others? You see, you're gonna see some of your ego stories then also. Are you superior? Are you like, oh, I'm so great, I'm so amazing? Or are you inferior? Oh my God, my life sucks, I hate everything. You know what I'm saying? That helps you see some of your ego stories also. And then the last one, how do you speak about others when they aren't around? You know what I'm saying? Answer all those questions, and that's going to help you get a better understanding of your shadow. Trauma bonds, bro. Let's talk about trauma bonds. So a trauma bond, right, is a bond that you make based off of trauma that you're used to feeling. It could also be when you bond with somebody because y'all both shared a traumatic experience, but it's mainly the first definition. You know what I'm saying, bro? So, like, if you're used to feeling stress, you tend to bond with people who make you feel stressed. You know what I'm saying? So here's actually some signs of a trauma bond. You know what I'm saying? Having an impulsive and or compulsive pull towards particular relationships, even though you know they will have problematic consequences long term. Another one, your needs are rarely met in certain situations, and or you may be completely unaware of what your needs even are in these situations. Another one, you constantly betray yourself in order to get your needs met, and you may have a related lack of self-trust. So with that being said, right, here's how different trauma bonds actually form. You know how you have the wound of a parent who denies your reality? That can make you neglect your own reality and your own needs while you're dealing with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It could also make you enter situations where people take advantage of you and deny your own reality. They're like, hey, What you're saying, that's not true. They just gaslight you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Another one, right? When you're not seen or heard as a child, that can make you get into situations where you do so much to get attention, or you could become very cold and deny your true feelings. Because like as a kid, if you wanted attention but never got it, right? You may be with a new person and be like, I don't really need attention, So you act all cold, but deep down inside you really do want attention and stuff. Like, you see what I'm saying, bro? Also, you may pick big personalities who are like very expressive and often need your validation, because now you start feeling seen or heard, because they need you to validate them. You know what I'm saying? So you're finally needed. You know what I'm saying? Another one, you could pick an obsessive partner who constantly wants your attention because that makes you feel seen and heard. You know what I'm saying? Another John, right? When you have a parent who molds you, that can make you dependent on external opinions for how you should be, and it could also make you be with a person who tries to control you. You know what I'm saying? Another one, having a parent who did not set boundaries. That could make you have a relationship where you're easily taken advantage of because you don't got no boundaries. Having a parent who's always focused on appearance. Bro, that could make you always try to look good, or you may start attracting people who only care about your looks. Another one, when your parents could not regulate emotions, bro, that could make you enter situations that are just always emotionally chaotic, bro. So here's how you actually identify trauma bonds, bro. How do you feel when you get your reality denied? Do you still feel that way today? And if so, in what situations? Do you tend to feel neglected? Do you act out to get attention like you did when you were a kid? If so, when do you do this and in what situations? Another one, do you ever feel like you're doing something in a relationship without ever knowing why? Do you feel shame, confusion, or lack of fulfillment? Do you ever fear changing in your relationships? Do you ever feel like you're being taken advantage of? Do you feel like you cannot say no or set certain limits? Do you always worry about your appearance? Next question, bro. How do you respond when you have strong emotions? What is your coping strategy? Do you find yourself in emotionally chaotic situations? Answer all these questions, bro. If you said yes to any of the questions, bro, that could be a trauma bond. And as far as this one, bro, if you respond in a negative manner or you have negative coping strategies, bro, you may be in a trauma bond, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? So now that you identify these trauma bonds, you're going to start either cutting them off or at least setting some boundaries on them. All right, so now we got to understand boundaries and actually like making some boundaries. So like there's different kinds of boundaries. You got the physical boundaries, right? These involve personal space, physical contact, and also your comfort with certain comments. Like if somebody be talking to you crazy, bro, you may have to be like, yo, don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Other boundaries are mental and emotional ones. This deals with being comfortable with sharing certain information, how much you share, and about what. You know what I'm saying? You can set boundaries on those also. Another one, towards your resources. Like choosing where and how your time is spent, choosing how your money is spent. Also, let's say that like, I don't know why this one got put under resources, but anyway, let's say that somebody feels a certain kind of way, right? You may take responsibility for how they feel, but now you set that boundary like, listen, you feel that way, but it's not my fault. You set boundaries inside that sense. And then also you could limit somebody else's time that they have to vent. So if someone just keeps on venting for like 2 hours, bro, you be like, listen, bro, only got 30 minutes, bro. Can you know what I'm saying? So once you actually like understand all these different kind of boundaries, right? Look at the ones that get crossed the most inside your life. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you identify what boundaries get crossed all the time, make boundaries for that. Now, some people may like feel a way about making boundaries. Here's what helps, bro. The timing helps. Like if the person's in a bad mood, you could wait till they're in a better mood. Being confident helps. Planning ahead and practicing also helps. And then being open to compromise. Just don't compromise too much because it's a boundary for a reason. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't compromise too much on your boundaries, bro. All right, let's understand reparenting ourselves and making a reparenting schedule. So reparenting is the ability to take daily actions that's geared towards healing your shadow and your inner self. And there's 4 pillars to reparenting. So the first one, right, is emotional regulation. Learning to control your emotions and your reactions. So one way to help with this is deep belly breathing. You just breathe in deep, you know, calm, ground yourself, become a bit more aware, you know. Next, you got to witness sensations inside your body. So like when you feel like upset, right? What part of your body activates? Because sometimes you can feel certain emotions inside your gut, inside your heart. Like feel the different senses inside your body and stuff like that, and get used to them. You know what I'm saying? Also, notice what makes you feel activated. What comments? What do you read? What actions? What makes you just get like all hot, intense, and just triggered and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? And in the last joint, allow them to pop up without judgment. Bro, all you need is 90 seconds. I'm going to explain later. All you need, 90 seconds. Let it pop up. Accept it. 90 seconds, my guy. The second step to reparenting, or a second pillar, I should say, is loving discipline, which mainly deals with boundaries, but overall, right? 1, keep small promises to yourself. 2, develop daily rituals and routines that make you feel good, calm, peaceful, help you get more work done, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Another one, say no to things that do not serve you. Another one, disconnecting and self-reflecting. And then the last one, clearly state your needs and your boundaries. That's how you show loving discipline to yourself. You know what I'm saying? The third pillar, self-care, caring for yourself. You know what I'm saying? How do you do this? Go to bed at a more decent time and get more sleep. You can cook and or eat home cooked meals, just eating healthier food, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Meditate for 5 minutes or longer. Do some journaling. Spend time connecting with nature. Sunbathe. Connect with somebody that you love. Take time out to relax. Whether you inside the bathtub with the bubbles, you know what I'm saying? You could be inside the bed just laying down, take a nice little shower, bro. I love showers, bro. I ain't gonna cap, bro. It's mad relaxing. You know what I'm saying? And the last pillar is rediscover your childlike sense of wonder, which will it's gonna naturally happen as you do the other ones. But you know, to do specific things, dance and sing, do something unplanned and spontaneous, find a new hobby or interest, listen to your favorite music, compliment a stranger, do something that you just absolutely loved as a kid, and also connect with your friends or loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta talk about emotional maturity and resilience, because this is actually very important. Like, a lot of people don't even like feeling their emotions, bro. Emotional maturity and resilience is the ability to actually feel and understand your emotions instead of suppressing them, which also deals with emotional intelligence, but that's a whole separate 30-minute video, possibly way longer than that. You know what I'm saying, bro? But ultimately, bro, knowing how to just feel your emotions and start to understand them and stuff like that. Now, I'm about to bring up this 90-second rule. This rule pretty much states that your body wants to be balanced. You know, homeostasis, all that type of stuff. So when you have these negative emotions, right, that throw you out of balance, your body doesn't want to be like that. It doesn't want to just be out of balance. If you just wait 90 seconds, your body will go back to balance. The only reason it doesn't is because when things pop up, you hold on to them too much. You reminisce on them. You think about them too much. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, you hold it for more than 90 seconds and it just stays there and it's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So next time when things pop up, wait 90 seconds. Your body will do the rest. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's some questions you can ask yourself when you get very triggered and stuff like that. 1, what can I learn about myself from what just happened? 2, what patterns brought me here? 3, how can I embrace discomfort and grow from it? 4, how can I learn to accept criticism without being hurt or making it an absolute truth? Because you know, some people, like, they get told like one bad thing and they make it like a whole absolute truth. Like, yo, calm down, bro. Like, your poem was just a little bit bad. It's not just complete garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, calm down, you know? And then last one, how can you forgive yourself and others? Learn to answer all these questions if you want to be more emotionally mature. I'm telling you, it helps a lot, you know? Now, here's how you actually develop it, though. You got to actually learn how to reconnect with and rediscover your emotions, which deals with going inside your body. The main way, you got to use the breath, bro. Breathe in deep, real quick. After that deep breath, bro, You might have to close your eyes just for a little. I'm not even saying full blown meditate. Just close your eyes, bro. Keep on breathing and focus on what's going on inside your body. Like you could scan your head, you could scan your freaking neck, see if there's any tension inside there, your shoulders, your heart, your stomach and stuff like that, your legs. Just place awareness inside your body and see how it feels. This makes you connect to your body more and feel things more. You know what I'm saying? Now, you also gotta learn how to help your body return to balance. You know what I'm saying? So these are called soothing activities, which kind of help you like calm down and stuff like that. Which could be taking a bath, doing a self massage, reading, listening to, playing music or writing music, snuggling with a person, a pet, your blanket, a pillow, moving around, expressing your emotions either to yourself or to others, and writing things down. And now these other practices are more for helping you build endurance. You know what I'm saying? So one just helps you calm down. One helps you become stronger while you do certain things. So one is resting. When you actually have rest, you're actually way more mentally strong. You know what I'm saying? Another one, ground yourself and be more mindful. I keep on saying it, bro. That deep breath. What's going on right now? Okay, this is what I see. I see my laptop. You know, I can feel the stuff in my hands. The wind is blowing and stuff. Become aware. Ground yourself in the present moment. That's really important. Another one, breath work. We already went over a technique later on inside the video, so timestamps down below. We already did this. You know what I'm saying? But breath work helps a lot. Also, spending time outside. Another one, meditating or praying. Another one, reciting affirmations or mantras. Another one, distracting yourself, and the last one, getting support. All of these can actually help you calm yourself down and regulate your emotions better and balance yourself out. And it's like, yeah. All right, man, we're getting to the end, man. We're getting to the end. Now it's time to develop interdependence. This is when you have a friend or friends that you depend on, but it's in like a healthy manner. Like you're not like attached, obsessive, because we cleared that stuff early on. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't, we're about to find out. Because in order to get interdependence, step one is to assess where you're at right now. Are you comfortable setting and maintaining clear boundaries in all relationships? Or do you need to identify and set new ones? Can you hold space for communication and emotional processing for yourself and others? Or do you need to work on this? Do you feel free to speak your truth? Are you clear about your intentions when you act? Can you witness your shadow without reacting? Because if you can't do all of these, bro, it may be hard to deal with people, so you may want to work on these. You know what I'm saying? So step two is to cultivate. Work on what you got to work on, and then build these new connections. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, here's what a day in the life of doing the work actually looks like. You got to balance your body. You know what I'm saying? You do this by exploring your body's needs. What food helps you feel good? What food helps you feel bad? You know what I'm saying? Well, not helps you feel bad, but what foods make you feel bad? You know what I'm saying? How much sleep do you need? And when does it feel best to actually sleep? How much movement do you need? And when do you need this movement? You also got to balance the body by balancing the nervous system. You do this by breath work, meditation, yoga stretches, physical activity, all that good stuff. Next, balance your mind, which, by the way, is not the nervous system or the brain. No. But anyway, to balance the mind, right, they're talking in this sense, it really means with your thoughts and stuff like that. You do that by practicing mindfulness. You know what I'm saying? And also by identifying your ego and shadow stories, finding out how they affect your feelings and then learning to change them. And then also tap into your inner child by looking at the archetypes and talking to your inner child and do some reparenting. That's when it comes to the inner child stuff, right? Like the caretaker, right? You can actually talk to your inner child. You could be like, hey, you know, caretaker, you don't gotta always care for other people. You can start loving on yourself and caring for yourself and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? For the overachiever, you could be like, yo, you don't gotta work so hard. Learn to calm down. You can still get love without doing so much. All that you could talk to your inner child and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying, bro? And then the last step, right, is to reconnect with the soul. And you do this by exploring with and reconnecting to your deepest wants, passions, and most authentic self. This is the complete guide, bro. Go through this video if you got to touch on a couple of things, bro. If you need some more help, I mean, I am a life coach. You know, Coaching sessions down below, all that good. You know what I'm saying? You can also support the channel, Patreon down below too. You know, got the $5 John has insight into my life. The $10 John has a book club along with the insight. You know what I'm saying? And then you also got the Cash App you can donate to also to support the channel. If you want to do all that, it's been your boy Doc from Dominant Coaching and Entertainment. I'll catch you in my next video. Peace.